given a shot here with the Bristol Bears, and they're working it nicely into that 5-metre channel. Nudged through by Lane. Over goes Ibitoye! One-handed touchdown. Bristol's account is opened. Well, here we go then for the Bears. Real opportunities. James Dunn secures the line-out possession.
Once backwards, once! Hands up, hands up, hands up!
Randall thinking about taking it off the big men, but they're not having any of it. It's all about the big boys. It's Harry Thacker. Bristol have their second, and Leicester march backwards through the drive.
Nicely done, tough to defend if you don't make that first engagement stick.
Work to do here for the Tigers, and they've not taken the restart clean. Lovely from Bernard Janssen van Rensburg. Great work there from the skipper, and here's Ibitoye causing havoc everywhere. Ibitoye! Oh yes! What a finish! So slick from the Bears, and the winger tearing it up.
Thacker. Phil Dowson ahead of this match saying he's just as worried about Bristol's rolling maul as he is from anything off the top, but they do go off the top with Harding. Randall to Vakatawa, lovely offload from the outside centre, and Bristol go in. To the middle they go. Peeled off to Thacker, who pinballs into Saints jerseys. Now through the middle they go again. 5 metres away from Saints' line, Randall, little show of the ball, then pops it up.
No, you're not on it, clearly.
Bears so close with Bradbury again. Reaches out for the line and gets there. And Thacker will surely look to come in on this. Good take in the middle of the line out. James Dunn.
It's
now
already
Thacker.
stopped one.
And Janssen.
Your players fell over here.
Van Rensburg comes in, and they're still making progress, the Bears. Now they head towards the line and try and reach for it. Saints scrambling just to get on the line. Prepare for the next wave. Here's Harding.
Space.
Now they pick and go.
Eight, release!
Looking for that line again. Saints getting bodies under the ball, but not enough. And not under Max Laheath, who crosses. Bristol growing into this game. And Thacker at the back. Steering white shirts forward. Saints splintering, still with Thacker, and Thacker's over the line. Bristol have their arms in the air, so does Craig Maxwell-Keys. The hooker gets Bristol's 4th try.
Woolmore against Collier on that near side. It's a real battle. Harlequins put an elbow down on the far side, so the advantage will be played. Oh, and it's opened up straight through the middle. This is going to be Vakatawa to open his account for Bristol Bears. Cries of heave at Ashton Gate. They've 25 metres they would have to heave themselves if they're going to get there. They are rumbling along nicely. All pops out for Randall. Van Rensburg gets away from one. Drives Bristol to 7 metres. Oh, it's come off the boot of Thacker! Oh, it doesn't matter how they scored! But they're scored like that from Harry Thacker.
Capel finds Batley.
Advantage landing on players.
And a penalty advantage.
More than once.
Marmion waiting. Ibitoye moving into the open side. Van Rensburg, Sheedy. Oh, that's clever. That's really clever. And it'll sit up, will it? It will. Just enough for a patient Rich Lane, who was watching it eagle-eyed.
Step.
Sheedy maybe looking for the crossfield.
Van Rensburg, Sheedy again, there it is. And once more it's Lane on the end of it, and Lane scuttling away.
That defensive line has to come in and stay tight. See that player coming back towards it in case the movement's on. That's what gives him the advantage. Lane in the wide channel, comes off the touchline.
Tries good, mate.
Marmion to Sheedy, once again cross field, and that's gone over the head of Wyatt! Brilliant! Hat-trick time! That partnership, that pairing, Sheedy and Lane today, pitch perfect.
It's a brilliant hat-trick, all from kicks from Sheedy. Get him in your fantasy rugby team. I've got to say, the accuracy is what we're talking about in the first half. Make it contestable, put it into position. Wyatt, brilliant try, but you've got to understand where you are in the pitch and where the threat is coming from. Bristol, one man down in the backs when it didn't matter for this. This is absolute perfection.
Thank you.
No problem.
Because it's penalty advantage, Lane can 100%
nice
commit to that.
try scored,
He's not worried about it not quite making it and then getting picked off and Exeter go the length. He knows they're coming back for the penalty, so he just goes, right, I'm going to go full tilt at this ball.
Okay, thank you.
Sits perfectly into his hands.
Yeah, Carl, he's not in a position to regather at all.
Oh, great, a Sheedy cut-out ball to Vakatawa. He shovels it across to Lane. Steps off his left foot, still going, Rich Lane. Pops it up off the deck to Vakatawa. Inside ball. And there's your first try of the afternoon. Josh Caulfield. The big second rower.
Those two missed kicks from Owen Farrell for the first two tries. I mean, they're not that far away from their hosts, and Van Rensburg is into the 22 again. Randall. Harding, Sheedy has too many numbers near him, but he finds Joe Batley, and Batley has two men in front of him, takes on both and scores. And big Joe Batley has splintered Saracens and got the first score of the day for the Bears. And Ogray finds his man again, and Bristol pile through, and everyone joins in. Van Rensburg is in there. The Bears over again, and Saracens folded at home from a driving maul. It's to the back, it's gone over the 15. Ogray has found his man again, and the white jerseys coalesce.
No, sorry. No, Billy, let it come.
Randall.
Thanks.
Ogray has to thunder into contacts and rolls and gets there. He breaks Saracens open at the seams, and Bristol take the lead. And Saracens have it back. Farrell will boot this downfield. It's a long way back for Van Rensburg. 10 minutes to play. The Bears 10 points down on Saracens, but Gabriel Ibitoye with the ball in his hands, and that is so dangerous. Ibitoye shape-shifting through the Saracens' defence, and here it comes, the score for Kieran Marmion. Bears brilliance at the StoneX.
Ed Holmes wriggles onwards, Randall has a little crack. Thacker's searching for it. Deafening roar from the rack. Thacker's within a metre. Bradbury powering forwards. What a start for Bristol. Tearing out of the blocks, putting phase after phase together, and they've opened their account tonight. Thacker, Sheedy, crossfield, it's Rich Lane who's onto it again. Lane has it, and Lane will score if he was onside. Once again, it's the Sheedy-Lane combination that works for Bristol. The intercept picked up by Ibitoye, exploiting that hole really nicely inside from Malins. Thacker to Van Rensburg, and here's Ibitoye, and Max Malins is back. Dynamite from Bristol. Moments after scoring on the other side of the field, the intercept thrown by Russell, gathered by Ibitoye, and Max Malins marking his second spell as a Bear.
Set! Ready!
Ball's out.
The ball again spilt out. Cold hands reaching for loose possession, and here it is, and managing to get the ball away, and then Vakatawa with the clip through, and Malins chases. He's the favourite. Cold hands, but sharp minds. And amongst the sharpest, Max Malins with the opening try. Luatua just taking the ball a couple of paces away to the right-hand side, away from Gloucester's defence, and setting up a absolutely picture-perfect position here, Sam, to launch something either way.
A lot of work from the forwards, though, so far. They've mauled, they've done about 6 phases themselves. You feel a back needs to step up and off themselves just to help out the workload of the forwards.
Off they go, and then the drive, and then the score, and Ellis Genge. If there are prouder Bristolians than Ellis Genge, then we have yet to meet them.
Never lifted it.
Done. Thomas, oh, and as Thomas offered himself, Randall saw the door open and took it. Well, these are fabulous moments for Bristol. Worrying times for Gloucester. Gloucester just desperately trying to bolt doors at the moment. Oh, and then the ball to Thomas. Thomas gets it away, and the try scored by the skipper. And Bristol have 4 in half an hour. And it's hard to imagine how life could be any tougher right now for Gloucester.
When no one's actually picked the ball up, have a word with it.
Bristol have changed the captain. Fitz Harding has been replaced by Josh Caulfield. We saw Harding go down just before half-time, looking a little uncomfortable. Well, he has been replaced. And Harry Randall is the new captain. So Josh Caulfield for Fitz Harding. Forced Bristol change at the break. Bristol in the blue, and here goes the new captain, Randall on his bike again. Gloucester perhaps not as quick as they might have been to respond. Randall right now lighting fireworks. Gloucester's gloom deepens.
Absolutely brilliant from that man, Harry Randall. 56 seconds into the second half, and it's same again for Bristol.
Thacker's throw all short.
It's a tackle.
Picking out Caulfield at the front. Come on for Fitz Harding at half-time. And they've got there.
He's at the front.
They think they've got there. The smile on the face of Joe Batley suggests they might have done. Through the gloom.
Off the mark. 6 no!
Kieran Marmion is now the Bears scrum half. Bernard Janssen van Rensburg on his toes. 10-15 metres to the left. Penalty on the way. Bristol gathering steam. Ruan Ackerman picked out. Oh, and the referee's heading into his pocket, seeking yellow, showing yellow. So Ruan Ackerman, who goes. Line out one by Dunn. Gloucester without Ackerman, and now Van Rensburg going in and over the line. Harry Thacker. And a record try. Harry Thacker becomes Bristol's highest ever Premier.
Bristol parked on Newcastle's front lawn here. Can they make their dominance pay? Can they shut the Falcons over their line? They've got a dozen and more players in there. Look at this white tank rumbling towards the line. They splinter off, they're down and they score. And that is an almighty, surging, visceral statement of Bristolian intent. And the deadlock is splintered with 18 minutes played. Just look at how many players joined this drive. That's the initial set of forwards, but in go the centres. Van Rensburg, Vakatawa, Rich Lane is in off his blindside wing. They peel inside, and once Falcons are breached, the momentum is always a... Luatua gathers at the tail. How Bristol are desperate for an opportunity, and Vakatawa is laying waste. Can anybody stop Vakatawa? Absolutely not! He is a one-man destroyer. Irrepressible, unstoppable, incredible. This is amazing. First phase ball. And this is what all those caps and all that skill buys you. A piston-like handoff to the chest of Blamire. Penny couldn't quite stop him. And Vakatawa thumps it over the whitewash. Van Rensburg just finds him on that short line. One soft shoulder's all it takes. He's got footwork too. Bristol searching for 2 late tries. Maximum points from this one. Really would be a sweet bonus to take down the road to Bristol. Ogre to Dunn. Newcastle choose to stay grounded and try to stop the impending shunt. But look at Ogre pumping those legs like pistons. Van Rensburg has come in. Bristol continue to motor. Over they go. And the try will be scored by Gabriel Ogre. That's the game. And they still have time to chase down a bonus.
5 metres out. It's Luatua's ball and the drive is on. And they will feel confident from this range. In pile the backs, Vakatawa lending his weight. Seemingly unstoppable. Bears respond. Ogre gets up last. Terrific driving force.
Great response from the Bears. And Emily said she wouldn't have liked coming in as a centre here. Watch Jancy van Rensburg, he loves it, can't wait to get in. Just bangs straight in, gives them a bit of momentum. X to lose a load of shirts down the other side from where the backs entered, and they just drive with the extra power of Vakatawa coming in late. Really good work from Dan Thomas and his captain Luatua at the front of that.
Good,
having made that initial snap turn, it's a really smart score.
Randall, tip on from Vakatawa, they've somehow found a way to shoot! Everything you'd hope for from a winger's finish in front of a packed house.
Free shot with the advantage being played, so you know you can take the risk, and boy do they take a risk. Brilliant handling initially from Jancy van Rensburg just to bat it on, and then backed up from Vakatawa with his bat on as well. All the way around, Jancy van Rensburg is inch perfect, isn't it? And what a finish from Hewitt. Gets his feet up high so he knows he can't put his foot in touch, and then it's all just about whether he can get the ball down.
Up goes Batley for Bristol in a promising position. Randall breaking and drafting in Noah Hewitt. He's got that away beautifully. Terrific work, and Williams pouring through. This is great momentum from Bristol. Ogre's not too far away. Randall sniping, and Randall makes it all the way there. What a start from the Bears. Taking every available opportunity.
Randall probably would have been shot if he didn't score here, but it's a really clever decision from him because Sale are worried about players wrapping round the corner. When Randall steps back to the blind side, they would have been worried about the width. Really good there, whether there was a question on Janci van Rensburg and whether there was any blocking, but Hewitt does ever so well to bounce through, get that offload, and then once they got under the sticks, everyone... That door was shut.
Hefty collision, another kick, partially charged down, and Ibitoye's onto it, quick as a flash, and that's all it takes. Gabriel Ibitoye for Bristol, that's their second of the night, and all that pressure, all that defensive pressure, laying bodies on the line, it's drawing dividends.
As you said, what a bizarre passage of play. Couple of charge downs, and the one from that man, hugely costly. Really good, wasn't it, from Caulfield to get forward, get his hands to the ball, and just in that race back, unknown of where the player is behind you, and Ibitoye's got all the aces, he can time his run to perfection. You see him just hanging off there, just treading water, waiting for the ball to bounce, and then he accelerates, and that's what helps him win the race. Comes out of the blind spot, out of the mirrors.
Marmion fires it away. They look much the hungrier tonight, the Bears. Luatua beautifully done. Oh, excellent from Dan Thomas. And Max Malins goes in. And Sale are stunned in the early part of this second half. Lovely sleight of hand.
Well, surprisingly, for a team playing away at Sale Sharks, Bristol have really dominated the collisions when they've had ball in hand, and it starts with the carry from Bernard Janci van Rensburg here. Just look how easily he gets over the gain line. 1-2 players on him, but he just manages to win that. That means Sale don't have any front foot to be able to accelerate. They win the next collision, and then Sale just lose numbers on the outside by the brilliance of Luatua. Two go in low, no one targets the ball. Means he can get it, his hand three through Roebuck, and then it just creates a, well, 3-on-2 on the outside, really, and Malins finishes off perfectly.
Great response since the try from Bristol. Again, it's to Luatua. And the drive is looking very well set. Capon is ready to strike. Working his way around the fringes. Capon scoring! Just what the Bears were after. Hit early, recovering well.
That's a great response from the Bears, and brilliant patience from the forwards. Could have gone down there. The referee said that it would have been Bristol's fault if it had gone down, but they just kept their nerve. As you said, great line out this year for Bristol. They get the initial shunt on. As soon as the ref's arms come down, in come the cavalry from the back line. And Capon just has his eyes up, has a little look. Just catches Schumann, I think it is, just snapping there with his eyes up, not sure where the ball is, and he can't do anything. He's upright. Capon down in a good driving position, and they bide their time. They find a way over.
No, don't go there, don't go there.
In for Max Malins today at fullback. Harding. Ambition here from the Bears. Williams does well to get that away. Ibitoye straightening beyond the 10-metre line. Capon, McGinty, Williams, Van Rensburg. Slick handling from Bristol, and Rich Lane is away, and the support is brilliant from Randall. Times the pass quite beautifully, and charging up and over the line is Joe Batley. A wonder strike from Bristol.
Stunning score. And Bernard Jansen van Rensburg just delaying his pass perfectly here. Watch, he gets on the outside, but he sees Elliot Stook outside. Makes sure that Van Veltzer has to step in on him, which means Stook gets stepped back on the inside. Van Veltzer can't recover, and then it's all about picking off numbers. Really good interplay amongst forwards and backs. Lovely kick out, and then that delay on the pass from Randall just to ensure the final defender's taken out. And Batley, great support, gets his 5-pointer.
Quick ball for Randall. Van Rensburg again for Bradbury. To the short side, and Ibitoye again. Very slippery customer, a little bit lateral. Now he straightens, gets the offload away. Van Rensburg's there. Dunn. Williams. McGinty throws the dummy. Kept it alive brilliantly. Batley, one of the try scorers. Sinclair for Dunn, a little bit telegraphed.
Bath have got to start putting more people into the breakdown. The ruck speed's way too high for them to defend. There's a good example there. Miles Reed can turn, spin and make a nuisance of himself. Again, look, nobody in over the ball. The ball's just presented.
Van Rensburg again. Bristol growing in confidence. The offload to Bradbury, who's going to storm towards the line. Prevented from reaching out, though. Bath desperate here. Defending with 14. Batley pops it onwards to Capon. Bradbury now lining this up with Luatua for company. Stooks holding on to as much of him as he can. Bradbury spins and is repelled.
Advantage, roll away.
Freebie, and they're really narrow defensively here. Bristol could use this.
A penalty advantage, no release.
Out it pops. Van Rensburg denied by 2 defenders, but McGinty will score by the posts. And Bristol continue their recovery from 5-0 down. 3 unanswered tries.
It all starts with Ibatoya's carry, and he's been so good at creating offloads for himself. He knows when he's carrying into the final contact that he's going to offload this. No space here, goes back to the other side. Now he creates the offload, has a look up, gets the ball past and over the top to Van Rensburg. And then off the back of that, once they're in the red zone, that offloading game through the same channel. Bradbury does really well not to panic here. White line fever and try and score. Van Rensburg almost gets there. And then McGinty uses the post as a shield. Bath run out of numbers and they score another.
Yeah, Bath in the huddle under the post there. They've got to be talking about...
Well, ostensibly with Callum Sheedy.
Yeah,
there was
Sheedy,
that great day at Sandy Park. He scored a hat-trick, albeit in a losing cause. Capon again. Randall, McGinty, Williams, Van Rensburg, lovely from Lane. Ibatoya again, clatters his way through 2 defenders. Randall swiftly away. Harding, McGinty now, and tiny bit of space for Jake Woolmore. McGinty, Bath at full stretch. They're accelerating hard through Williams. Randall. Yellow shirts trying to keep up with the pace. It's very, very quick. Williams again for Bristol. Harding issues the instructions, goes himself. Bonus point try on the line here. Batley sent backwards. Bath effectively sitting offside here, well beyond the back foot of the right, but the ball is there in the midfield. Punched via a stray boot to Rich Lane, who links nicely, and Williams is in. And that is the bonus point for Bristol after only 22 minutes.
Well, it's the speed of the breakdown that Austin was talking about, but with 1 less body to defend. Bath can't put anyone in, and just look how narrow they have to get off these phases. So Bristol know where they want to go. They almost cock it up, but the ball gets out there. There's patience, and Bath are always going to run out of numbers. Had to get narrow to defend the pick and goes, and as soon as they did, Bristol just wanted to get that width over to that corner. Lane's got all the space in the world. Kick doesn't quite get to him, but Heward gets the reward.
It's clever play from Lane as well, isn't it? Rather than go to the outside, he steps back in, stops the defenders and waits for the support to run round the corner. But again, I sound like a broken record, don't say every week, but if you allow a side such quick ruck speed, you're going to get destroyed. And Bath, for the first time this...
They were short of numbers, I said that, but you almost have to do that. Even though you're a man down, you have to stop Bristol playing, so they put 3 into that breakdown.
Straight through the middle of the hole! James Williams celebrating wildly on Derby Day. It's Bristol's 5th of the match so far.
The line that Williams run is brilliant. He slides from the outside, you'll see it from here. McGinty sets him up lovely, slides from the outside and appears really late. It's a simple over-under slice, through the middle he goes. He's got support runner from Harding on the outside and distracts the defence. He's enjoyed that, hasn't he?
It's great from Harding, isn't it? It's literally just a truck and trailer, and Finn Russell thinks Harding's going to get the ball. At the last second, Williams just slides out of the shadows, as Austin said, and isolate one defender with 2 runners and make the right decision. Straight off the top, perfect ball, look, right in behind him, now he comes out of the shadows, and because they go right to the line, the defender on the inside has to commit to the tackle. That's what creates the space.
Yeah, I think Gallagher will look back on that and think he could have been a couple of yards further over, but when it's executed, a play like that, to perfection, they are designed to score points.
No. He can't take his free kicks like Messi, he's just missed 2 conversions.
And knocked it on.
Off, this is loose, and Dunn is onto it for Bristol. Ibitoye first to the ball. And this madcap match continues in similar vein. Sinclair on a short line. Driving hard into Schoeman. Randall for Luatua. Lahif, first carry. Sinclair again, busying himself in the loose.
Tackler on it.
Somewhere there's a ball. Bradbury, wide they go from McGinty. Van Rensburg, one man to beat. De Glanville did so well.
Release.
Randall, Harding, Williams, again using the ball so effectively. Great leg drive as well from the centre. McGinty just holds this there. Batley rummages on and they drive forwards through Fitzharding. Quite literally from end to end at the moment. Bristol taking a grip again.
It's just outstanding, and it's all, as we pointed out in the first half, to do with Bristol's speed of recycling the ball. Here's the knock-on, just behind Finn Russell as he's drifting back around. That's the turnover. But then a mixture of wide and through the guts. Good tackle from De Glanville, but they've spread the defence well, and then it's all about the speed of delivery. Right. That one there from Batley to get the ball back as quickly as he can means Bath can't reorganise in the guard position. See Dunn just come out, he's backtracking, he's got no power to be able to stop that drive, and Harding goes over.
We have got until the restart, lads.
And they've got this record that suggests the final quarter is a tricky one.
Can you imagine?
Okay, not now,
they've got to back themselves though, they've got to keep playing the way that they have, because when they do play that high tempo, Bath are struggling to live with them. So keep playing the fast phase play, keep attacking, get the ball into McGinty's hands as much as you can.
Squirrel's box kick diffused by Rich Lane. Lahif escapes the clutches of that first set of defenders. Now he's almost through. Swallowed up eventually by Archie Griffin. McGinty attacking again, right to the line. Ibitoye off on one of his wild excursions, but so powerful in contact. Randall, McGinty, Luatua, Bristol purring now. Harding close. Randall fires it out. McGinty ducking and weaving. Fred Davis. Bath bodies throwing everything at this, but they've made it again, Bristol. The tit-for-tat continues. And Magnus Bradbury has try number 7 for the Bears.
Fitzharding's so important to this try for the Bears. Really nice play again. Ibitoya working off his wing, causing all sorts of problems, straightening up, beating Van Veltzer. This is the initial break from Lahif, does really well to leave so many yellow shirts in his wake. And the ball goes wide, Ibitoya works off the wing, as he's done so many times today. Takes out 4 numbers, straightens up, does really well to get through 2 tackles. And then Fitzharding's line off Luatua initially was brilliant, and then he picks and goes there, bides his time, offloads, and creates a one-on-one opportunity for Bradbury to get the ball down.
Good temp. Can we do this every week? Defending optional.
It's bonkers today.
Oh, isn't it? Great game.
And Bath have it all to do. Bayliss. Shut down by Caulfield that time. Russell. Redpath. Noise levels absolutely deafening. Bears fans trying to get their side over the line here. It would mean so much to them. Bath chancing their arm 10 metres out from their line. Carl Smith. Klute upended. Russell to the kick pass. Oh, it's landed in Bristol hands. It's landed in Rich Lane's hands. And the victory is theirs. A titanic tussle. Settled by 1 kick. Ending with the Bears fullback.
Well, I guess you say Finn Russell has to make gambles, but gambles that take away your bonus point, losing bonus point. Is it on? Potentially doesn't quite get the strength of the kick across to knocking a singer on that side. And as soon as it's safely taken to Glanville, lost in the air, he can't play the man in the air. Rich Lane's going to finish it off. And a huge reaction from this home crowd that have been on the edge of their seats for the last 20 minutes or so.
Well, we said that Rich Lane scores from crossfield kicks, but they're normally from his own team. What a fantastic afternoon we've had here at Ashton Gate, haven't we? We've had everything.
And somehow, fittingly, in the 80th minute, the Rich Lane try allows for Bernard Janse van Rensburg to notch up the aggregate 100. He's leaving it tight. Extraordinary. Still time for a restart.
Oh, there is still time.
Last time they were here, Northampton, pretty much a year ago, that's been charged down, and it's going to result in a try for Joe Batley. Well, perhaps those new regulations that have come in, the use it laws, you've got to do it a bit quicker these days. And big Joe Batley has banged one down for the Bears. What a start for Bristol.
We don't see it often, but you've got to be in the game to be in with a chance. And Joe Batley put those big long levers up in the air, and as soon as that ball ricocheted in behind that Northampton defence, they were in trouble. You'd expect George Hendy to do slightly better there. You've got to put your body on the line.
Played back.
Randall cut out ball this time to Harding, and McGinty's found his way through a gap. He's got his scrum half in support as well, and Harry Randall, they're closing in on him. Will he have the wheels to get there? Oh, you bet he will. That's a Bristol Bears classic, finished off by Harry Randall. They've gone the best part of 70 metres right off the restart breakdown. What a score.
It's absolutely outstanding from the Bristol Bears, but it's these shapes again. Look here, ball across the front. It's not on short, so they've given the ball out the back to McGinty.
Inside shoulder, steps the wrong way.
Tied up pretty quickly, looked like he was running in treacle, but needed Harry Randall on his inside, like a really good scrum half, just tracking up the centre of the field. He's around your neck or not, it doesn't mean you can come in at the side. You've got to go back round, get in behind that maul. There you can see him letting go.
Time on, entry.
He's gone halfway up the maul.
Here come Bristol looking for their third try. It's Carl Sinclair. And they will check this. Timo Mayana-Vanua was there for Northampton. Sinclair make sure they keep the ball at the breakdown. Short ball to Janse van Rensburg. Good tackle from Finn Smith. Look at Ollie Slidehome looking for the turnover.
Regathered.
Driving forward is done, and he scored. James Dunn. What a night for the second rowers of Bristol.
There's obviously a bit of management, but I think what's worked for them tonight is just going hammer and tongs at it. There's no point in changing what's worked for you so far. Attack the line with pace.
Max Malins. What a return for Max Malins. Back from injury, back scoring tries in the Premiership. And that's number 5 on the night for the Bears.
That's really intelligent play from Bristol. Just chuck numbers at the line. Chuck numbers at the line and just rely on McGinty picking the right options. You give it to Janse van Rensburg, who's just got so much quality. He can just lift it on to Max Malins.
Thank you.
It's just intelligent players doing simple things very, very well.
And young Fred Davis,
Defending
fourth choice hooker.
Now over.
There he is with the tape around his head.
This is all the same more.
Looking for a 6th try here for the Bears, and he gets it. Fred Davis out of Durham University has a try in the Premiership for Bristol. Another decision coming Bristol's way at scrum time. Williams in it, fly half out the back to Ibatoye. Cuts out Malins. Good hands from Noah Heward, who gets away from one. Inside ball to Malins. Max Malins tries to thread the needle, and he does so. Gabriel Ibatoye to finish off this fine Bristol night with a flourish.
They're looking to answer in kind. Ibatoye, half a break. Randall now goes blind. McGinty, options closed down there. Gabriel Ogre. Luatua. Offload into Genge.
Open play.
Ball kept alive again.
Off his feet, making the tackle. Number 7.
McGinty to Janse van Rensburg. Slips the tackle. It's a 2-on-1 down the blind side. Captain Harding answers back immediately for the Bears.
It's a penalty against you there, making tackle, yeah. Harry. 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 Sorry, I know the one you mean now. Max Malins is pushing the ball into him and the ball's available, that's why.
A wonderful score from the Bears. McGinty into Janse van Rensburg, and Hathaway goes from hero to zero. Misses his tackle, and it's a simple 2-on-1.
For once.
Janse van Rensburg so powerful, it picks the right option. Just like that. Bristol Bears right back in this game. Randall now is space. Gabriel Ogre breaks through the middle. He's on his own though. Ogre, wonderful step. And Gabriel Ogre answers back for the Bears.
Push, lads.
Oh, great to Batley, but he overthrows, tapped back by Kyle Sinclair. James Williams now.
Player falling.
Oh, it's an interception from Freddie Clark. Has he got the legs? He's got Josh Hathaway outside him. He's got to find the young man. Oh, Freddie Clark.
Let go of the ball. Play on. Get it
All he needed to do was put the ball in the hands of the young flyer, and Gloucester were certain for their bonus point.
Push on. Okay. Use it, please.
What a missed opportunity. Put the blinkers on, did Freddie Clark, and now Bristol.
Right arm is there. Use that, Harry, please. The ball is available. That needs to go.
Randall box kicks now, down the throat of Stephen Varney.
Get out the 10.
Lloyd Evans in pursuit. Max Malins pivots wonderfully, buys himself an extra half a second. The ball's still alive with Stephen Luatua. McGinty to Genge.
No run.
McGinty to Sinclair. Malins. Augrey. It fits Harding through the middle. Harding to Ibitoye. Can he find Magnus Bradbury in the corner? Bradbury! Oh, and the Bears go the length again. It should have been 5 points down one end for Gloucester, and Bristol make them pay. A third try for the Bears, and it's Magnus Bradbury at the end of a breathless move. Fitzharding picks through the middle. Total deception. Lovely pop to Ibitoye.
No, nothing.
And to Bradbury. It's just too much power to get through.
It's a tackle only. His right foot is
Stephen
next to the ball.
Varney.
It's fine.
And Bristol
Tom,
punish
yeah, tries
Gloucester
good, mate.
properly.
Your summary there was spot on.
Magnus Bradbury. Carreras to Atkinson, tries to go on the outside of McGinty.
Taking the ball.
Now Lango turns the ball over again, and Bradbury.
No!
2 tries for Scottish international today. McGinty floats it to Janssen van Rensburg, and the South African is free. Bernard Janssen van Rensburg to surely take the game beyond Gloucester.
Here's Nalango getting a run, brushes off the first tackler and the second. Now it's a straight 2-on-1. Randall weaving his way. Well, that is classic Bristol. Pat Lamb said if you're 95 metres out and you see space as an opportunity, back yourselves. And that's exactly what Bristol did there. They're all lining up here to have a go. Carl Sinclair, Stephen Luatua pops it up, and this time crashing his way over. It looked like James Dunn. It was indeed. That is 2 tries in 5 minutes. Bristol rampant. Here's Williams coming through in the midfield. He's got a story in himself. There's Ellis Genge, and the running line from Malins. Not a hand near him. Quite splendid.
When you've got someone tracking across the line, running across the pitch, what do you have to do? You have to straighten the line, come back against the grain.
Penalty. There he goes. The zip man is off. Quick step. Almost through the tackle. Where's the support? There it is, Bradbury, and Bradbury will finish it off. Although the referee at the very least, wants to have a second look here.
Mate, he's grounded that ball. Try.
Thank you.
Williams, it's straight through. The tackle is falling off him. It is another try for Bristol. Van der Vaart once more losing it forward. Fitzharding pops it up. Nalanga lost his feet, but he got it away before he did. Malins onto Ibatoy. Ibatoy's got Radwan alongside him into Janse van Rensburg. Janse van Rensburg did wonderfully well to keep hold of it. Randall flips it inside. There's Caulfield. This is typical Bristol. They appear to be on the edge all the time, but there's always a player there. Sinclair onto Genge. Genge with a step. Genge scores the try. You will not see a better try all season than that. It had a bit of everything to it. Randall, McGinty, Sinclair, just bouncing off them. McGinty once more. O'Gray takes on Stewart, who did well to make that tackle, but they're still there. There are more blue jerseys. Janse van Rensburg. Well, it's like a trip to the pantomime.
Well, he's deserved one. He's been brilliant. He's an outstanding player.
There's Fitzharding, Ibatoy alongside him. There is the wing. Sam Stewart's getting some treatment, so temporarily Newcastle down to 14. They need every man out there and fit. Here goes Fitzharding taking play up to the 22. The arm is out from the referee. There's a high tackle. Ibatoy with a dummy done on one side, Randall on the other, and Randall scores between the posts. Cape on there with a yellow hat, got it tucked underneath his arm. Cape on waiting to pop out, it's a 2-on-1, and that time Marmion does keep hold of it, and they have the try. Janse van Rensburg. Here's Vakatawa. Ooh, Vakatawa was looking to offload it, but he went backwards, says the referee. And Jay Keenan it is who touches down. And that time you have to say it's a rather soft score.
Oh yeah, when things are going your way and you've got the scoreboard on your side, generally the ball tends to bounce your way, which is even more frustrating from a Newcastle point of view.
Well, Bristol being patient at the moment. 2 metres out. There's Bradbury. Surging his way forward. He's got one try already as Bradbury.
Well, they're in if they go wide to the left.
Well, they are. Williams. And a Janse van Rensburg who adds to his tally. Here's Williams. Newcastle have come offside. On here to Bradbury. Bradbury to Janse van Rensburg. On to Vakatawa. And Vakatawa doesn't miss chances like that. Another try to enter the record books. They probably don't know it.
Someone does somewhere in here. Outside of you.
Tom.
Yeah.
There goes Lane again. It's that man, Janse van Rensburg. Flips it inside. Oh, the juggling. And the long reach of the arm. And we have a record.
It's decent work from Van Fake initially over it, but
Harry.
not enough to slow it. Still the penalty advantage as Bernard Janse van Rensburg manages to scoop it off the floor. Williams. Randall. And then battling very nearly through. Randall goes on his own. One more step and he'd have been in. Woolmore.
Still advantage.
But still determined Leicester defending. Harding. Again. How long has it been since the Bears were that close? Piers O'Connor calling for it, try given. Didn't need to go that far. It's scored by Max Laheath. A dozen minutes to go and still plenty for the Bears to play for. Who has worked hard all match. Marmion against Caulfield. Now Lango waiting on this near side. Instead it's still the big fellas driven on by Batley. Fed initially by Luatua. Marmion to Virumi Vakatawa. All those tries in France, what he'd give for one in England right now. Still going. This looks unstoppable over the line, and Laheath can barely believe it. Oh, the look on his face. He's got two. And Bristol are right back in this bun fight.
Use it.
Couple of minutes now, box kick goes.
Stewart's looking, and he taps it back, and remember all this without Mike Brown. Bristol playing a man up, and that's brilliantly done by Heenan. And the Bears still going, and here goes Thacker, running into space he knows well. He's done brilliantly. It's opening up for the Bears. Here's now Lango. Still going. What an end to this contest. These Bears, Thacker. Here goes the captain, Fitzharding. Piers O'Connor trying to stretch it away to the left-hand side. Leicester trying to bum things up with just 14 defenders. 79th minute, not far off the 80th. The break from Thacker that set up this position. Harding. Thacker again. Marmion looking for the options away to the left. Ball protected by Heenan. Laheath goes in. Surely not a hat-trick. Oh, Bristol have got a penalty. Now Lango closest to us on this right-hand side. And the stretch very nearly there. And then over the line, Bradbury!
Time off.
If he's got it down cleanly, it's an extraordinary finish.
Opportunities here for Bristol. Luatua on the charge. Ogre fishes it out. Sinclair driven to the ground. Wonderful start this from Bristol. Batley once more using all his power. The Bears open their accounts. Big, broad, beaming smiles from Big Joe Batley. Line-out ball is secure. And Thacker is steering the ship quietly, steadily towards the line. Here's Thacker! Bristol still in this. The spirit is strong, the desire is great, and the prize is huge. Punch it up the middle, on that 10-metre line. Sheedy, Williams again, lovely from Hewitt. Ibitoye is running free. Former Harlequin, of course. Ibitoye close to the line. Oh, he's almost got there. Extraordinary stuff from Bristol. Randall, wide, try, Williams. Not 1 minute on the clock. And the Bears steaming out of the blocks.
All good at them. Incredible start from Bristol.
Randall again, fizzing around the ruck and creating a bit of space for Harding. Batley's done well off the deck to Luatua. This is trademark Bears stuff. Vakatawa finds Randall, and now they look to find the edge. Batted onwards from Sheedy. Genge throws the dummy. Oh my goodness! That's outrageous!
It's crazy.
It's outrageous! And it's also very fortuitous for Ellis Genge that he managed to pull that off. But you're going to be entertained, and entertainment, of course, is actually in their club's mission statement. They do that week in, week out. Dombrandt goes to ground, well beyond the gain line, and the ball is loose. Ibitoye is onto it. Now then, Green is chasing after him, and Ibitoye just strides clear, untouched. for Bristol's third of the afternoon. Harlequins a little bit sloppy in the midfield, and it's the Bristol smiles we're seeing now.
And actually, Chandler Cunningham South could have caught that ball that Ibatoy flicked off the floor.
Here come Bristol, searching for the fourth try, searching for the bonus. It's there.
Yes, boy!
Harry Thacker has it, appropriately, for a man who's done so much to drive Bristol towards the playoffs in recent weeks. They have 4 in the bag, and they now lead by 12 points with a conversion to come. And for all the depletion, for all the injury chaos, they're getting this job done here at the Stoop in tough conditions.
It's smart as well. It's really smart. It's a bit of a gamble chucking those balls low where no one's off the ground, but as soon as you lift, of course, the reason the opposition, the defending team, stay on the floor is because you're better at driving when you're on the floor, right, than you are in the air. So what happens is you jump up to take that ball, you want to maul it over, but you're actually weaker than the defensive team. So staying down, if you can pull it off, really, really works.
Had a lot of ball inside the opposition 22, the Bears, and will be very happy to be playing their rugby down here for the moment. Bradbury, who's carried very well today. Harding's waiting. Trying to put a little bit of footwork on to move up the field. Malin's lovely outside arc and very nearly through. Sets it up. The bit can go. Laheath! Try awarded!
Thank you.
Muscular stuff off the bench from Max Laheath. It is try number 5, and Bristol, who've had to deal with an awful lot this afternoon in terms of injuries and disruption. It's all in the eyes. It's all in the eyes. Had a lot of ball inside the opposition 22, the Bears, and will be very happy to be playing their rugby down here for the moment. Bradbury, who's carried very well today. Harding's waiting. Trying to put a little bit of footwork on to move up the field. Malin's lovely outside arc and very nearly through. Sets it up. The bit can go. Laheath! Try awarded!
Thank you.
Muscular stuff off the bench from Max Laheath. It is try number 5, and Bristol, who've had to deal with an awful lot this afternoon in terms of injuries and disruption. It's all in the eyes. It's all in the eyes. Plus, here's Malin's for Bristol. Over the 10-metre line, he's got support from Heward, and Heward is tearing away. Across comes Green. Heward's got the beating of him. Outstanding score from the Bears as they creep closer to the finish line.
What an outstanding, outstanding try from Bristol Bears. In the heat at a packed Twickenham Stoop, Max Malins has come more and more into this game in the second half. He's looked really dangerous on the outside break. Beautifully worked. And in Noah Heward, he's got quietly one of the more impressive wingers on display this season in any team for me.
Tries good.
It's gorgeous from Malin, so hard to defend, a guy with that much swerve and pace and class, and Noah Heward's got the wheels to finish it off. Gorgeous tops.
Brilliant stuff, and so we tried to break down Bristol's philosophy over the course of the afternoon, but that wide pass that takes out so many defenders is brilliant.
Frustrating times. They've left it very late, if we're honest. They've been on an extraordinary run. 6 wins on the spin before they hit Saracens last week. But they've put in a very impressive display here this afternoon. Having lost 3 key men in the first half, they're sizing up the try line again for number 7 of the afternoon. It's there. Gabriel Ogre, and Bristol hit Quins for 50.